Hello and welcome to Python Programming Complete course. This course is divided into 25 parts and each part will cover a different topic with practical examples. This is part 1, Introduction to Python. In this video, we will discuss what is Python language, its features, advantages and disadvantages, usage and how to write a simple code using Python shell and Visual Studio Code. Python language was developed in 1991 by Guido van Rossum at National Research Institute for Mathematics, Netherlands, and it is based on the ABC language. Now, Python can be used to build different kinds of websites and softwares. It can be used for data analysis, can be used for data storage, and can be used to code different kinds of program, as it is not specialized for any specific problem. Let us look at the features of Python. It is free and open source software, freely licensed to use, study, copy and change. You can change it any way you want. It is easy to write and understand as it has easy English like instructions. It is an interpreted language. The code is processed at runtime by the interpreter and executed. We need not compile the program. It supports GUI programming, that is a number of GUI application and frameworks can be created and ported to other platforms. It is compatible with other languages like C, C++ and Java. It can handle large quantities of data, that is the big data, and can easily interact with database and store those data. Moving on to the advantages of Python. Python is interactive, interpreted and object-oriented language. It supports all the concepts of object-oriented language. The code we write in Python, they are English-like instruction. They are simple and short code. It is easy and the lines of codes are less as compared to the other languages. We have already discussed what GUI programming is in Python. It supports a large number of libraries to solve different tasks, like it has different libraries like pandas, numpy, scipy and many more. It is platform independent, that is it can run across different platforms. The programs written in Python can run on Windows, Linux, Unix and as well as Mac. Python can be used for a variety of tasks as it is not specialized for any specific problem. We can use the Python language for web development, for creating various applications, be it educational softwares or business or financial softwares. We can use it for data analysis and data visualization, for game development. Python is mostly used these days for artificial intelligence and machine learning and language development. Now, to install Python, we can visit the official website, that is the python.org, and download Python from their site. You can open python.org in the browser, go to downloads, and from here you can choose if you are working on a different OS other than Windows, you can choose whether Linux or Unix, and then you will be directed a series of questions where you can answer those questions and it will install Python on your system. Once installed, you can start working on the Python shell or the Python, either in the interactive mode or in the editor, Python edit. When you download Python from python.org, ideally that is your integrated development and learning environment, it is installed by default. Both code editor and IDE are available. You can choose whichever suits you the best. Code editors are lightweight, easy and good for learning. Anybody who is learning programming for the very first time, it is good for them. Whereas your integrated development and learning environments, they have the editing features, testing and debugging features available in place, and they are good for long codes as debugging is easy. When you install Python, by default ideally is available for you, and it has two modes, that is your interactive mode and the script mode. You have Visual Studio Code, you have Atom for Unix and Linux, Vim is already installed, you can use Thorny, Jupyter. All are good. Some are code editors, some have the integrated development environment. Now your ideally it has the Python shell as well as Python editor, that is the interactive mode and the script mode. In this video I will show you both the IDE and the Visual Studio Code, how to write the Python program in both of them, and in the upcoming videos I'll be using Visual Studio Code for writing my Python programs. This is the Python shell, the interactive mode which we get with when we install Python. The prompt, this is the Python prompt, the Python terminals prompt. You can start writing the command and you will get the output immediately in this window as well. For example, if I write welcome and press the enter key, you get the result immediately. I can also use Python functions for typing in the commands, say and I get the result. Now when we use the interactive mode, that is the Python shell, the commands which we type, they are not saved. The moment you exit the Python shell, those commands are removed, they are erased. But if we are writing a program and we want to save those programs, it is better to use the Python editor, that is the script mode, where we can save our program in a file with the extension of .py, that is the Python files of the Python program files. To open the Python editor, click on file and create a new file. This here you can see the editor as well as the shell, both interactive mode and the script mode are present. You can type in the command. Now let me print something from the editor. Print welcome to this session of programming, and we want to save it. Click on file, you can use Ctrl S, save your file, save test11.py, that is my Python file. Save it. The file is being saved. You can run it. Click on run. You can press F5 key to run the module. Now you will get the answer in the Python shell. You can see the result being written. Now my file is saved. I can always open the file and make changes. The file is already open. Any more command you want to write? And press the enter key. Okay, let's save it. Again the shell will restart and you will get the result. So this is your interactive mode and the script mode. Let us move to Visual Studio Code and start writing a program in Visual Studio Code. As you can see in VS Code, at the top you have the various tabs. On the left hand side you can see the Explorer, where inside your folder all the files we have created, they will be listed. The bottom side you will get the result in the either in the PowerShell or in the Python terminal. And on the very left hand side you have the testing and the debugging features. You can install extensions and other you can search for files. In the Explorer itself you have the option of creating a new file. Click on new file, type in a name, say test12.py. this is my new file. You can immediately write the code. You will be prompted, whatever function you are using you will be prompted for that, and at the same time it will show you what arguments are passed, what is the purpose of this function. In short you will get as a tip. Let us again write Python program. This is my Python program, and save it. And to run this, either you can right click and click on run Python file in the terminal. It will run in the terminal. You can see Python program written here. And if the window looks cluttered to you, you can clear the window. Again you can run your program in the Python terminal. You will get the answer. You can see Python program. In the PowerShell also you can run your program. The py and the name is test12.py. Now if at the time of installing you have installed py launcher, then you can run it in the PowerShell also using py. So this is how we write simple programs, either in IDLE or in Visual Studio Code. Whichever suits you, you can choose. So in this session, these are the topics which we have discussed. How to write a simple program, how to install Python. Hope you found the session useful. In the next video, we will discuss Python programming fundamentals, and we will write some more programs using some examples. Stay tuned for upcoming videos, and thank you for watching.